I thought it was just a normal stiff arm. Apparently, it was
And you played on varsity in 8th grade. I didn't even know that was possible.
Well, yeah, I went to a small school, so it was possible for us. That was like the first time that somebody really like took the ball away from me in the air, and I was just looking around like, oh, like that's crazy. Like,
How long you want to do it?
um, I try to play it on about 50.
Welcome back to the Richard Sherman podcast, and we have a very special guest, a guy that is very tough to track down, but I'm happy to have him today. One of the best corners in the National Football League, Derek Stingley. Appreciate you joining me, brother.
Yes, sir. Glad to be here.
Man, look, I'm not gonna start no controversy. Y'all playing some great defense right now. Y'all playing some great defense. You had the pick last week. Well, I'm gonna start it off with that. The pick was incredible. Why you stiff arm that man like that?
I thought it was just a normal stiff arm. Apparently, it was not. But I don't know. We get stiff arm all the time, so
Right.
I don't know.
You got to give them back a little bit when you can.
Yeah.
That was a great play though, man. What did you read on that play? What did you see? Because that was incredible. A lot of your books are really great. Your ones in the playoffs was great too. I think your ball skills are next level. Obviously, they said you had 27 of them things in high school. I said that's just silly numbers, man.
Now, yeah, on that play, I'm just looking at the vertical, and then I saw the quarterback. He was looking at two, and then I just went to the ball. I seen the ball, just get ball.
You didn't picked off the seam of two a lot. That's what I'm saying. You maybe it might have been your first game back from injury, like a couple years ago. That might have been your first or second book.
Mm-hmm.
They ran a vertical, and you was on one. You came off of one in book two.
Mm-hmm.
Do you prefer? And I know people always argue this. You do a great job following the best receiver and mirroring them. But when you in zone, you get to play with vision, and your football IQ is so high that you have an incredible feel for the zone, the space, the concepts you getting. Talk me through that.
Well, it really doesn't matter, to be honest. If I'm in man, just being up there, just playing face to face, or if I'm in zone, just knowing that I'm communicating with like my teammate, my safeties, or the nickels, or whoever is next to me. Just going out there, just whatever it is, like it doesn't matter. Just get the job done.
Yeah. What makes this defense so good? It seems like y'all have a great combination of incredible pass rush and a great secondary. Y'all number one in the scoring defense. Y'all only allowed 4 passing touchdowns this season, allowing 14.7 points per game. And that's giving you a chance to win every week. Talk me through that. Y'all got a great D-line. Obviously, they hunting up front, but in the back end, y'all locked in too.
Yeah, you pretty much said it all. Like, the front, the D-line, they know how to work with each other. Like, they know whenever somebody is caging and containing around, and like they all working together. And then it's the same on the back end. And then whenever we all do that at the same time on every play, at least we try to every play, and then it's just a good result. So, it start with them. We say they're the engine of the defense. So,
when you got to the league, was it what you thought it would be?
In the sense of like business, yeah. I knew coming in that it's a job. Like you're here doing a job. But it's still fun. Like it's still football is football. Like that part didn't change either. Like I don't know. First coming into the league, obviously the speed of the game was had to get used to that. But other than that, it's been pretty much the same.
Yeah, but that's one thing y'all got an advantage at LSU, man. Y'all you facing what you gonna face. You
Yeah.
seeing what you gonna see.
Yeah. SEC.
Ain't much better. Ain't much better than what you've been seeing.
Yeah.
Talk me through that. You were the number one recruit in your class coming in, which is rare for a corner to be the number one recruit. Is it true they offered you in 9th grade?
Yeah.
And you played on varsity in 8th grade. I didn't even know that was possible.
Well, yeah, I went to a small school, so it was possible for us. So,
Did you get any? Did you get any?
yeah.
In 8th grade?
Yep.
Bro, that's like legendary stuff you tell as like a folk tale. Like you tell your grandkids, like, yeah,
Yeah.
man, when I was in 8th grade
Hmm.
playing varsity.
Yeah, I was about
That's
5'8"
sick.
and one. I don't even know. Like I was small out there, but
Yeah.
good times, good times.
Yeah, you got a good feel. So what helped you? Was it just, having NFL around you, family members, obviously your pops played pro baseball and played some arena football. Was it just that helped your mentality? Because obviously every level it seems like you've dominated and been the most mature. You came to the league, it didn't seem like it surprised you. As soon as you got your reps, you got in there, you were picking stuff off. Yeah, your first time in the playoffs, you picking stuff. Well, not your first time in the playoffs, but last year was one of the most dominant playoff runs for a DB. I thought y'all had a really great chance. Um, but tell me what really molded your mentality coming up.
I mean, it was really, being around my pops. He played and he also coached in the arena football league, and I mean, since a little kid, I would be doing DB drills with like the players that was on his team or running a route tree like against his DBs at practice. And just I don't know. I mean, just being around him. Without him, I wouldn't be sitting right here talking to you at all, which is crazy, by the way. But just he molded me into who I am. So I mean, I just got to keep it going.
No question. You doing a great job keeping it going. You got 11 interceptions already. You in your class, I would assume you got the most by far and away. Not a lot of them getting books right now, but you definitely hunting them. Who's been have you had your welcome to the NFL moment? Sometimes guys have them, sometimes it's not that big a deal.
Yeah, I mean, it happened in practice. I'm going against Brandon Cooks. Obviously my rookie year. I'm covering him, and it's a jump ball that's in the end zone, and I jumped up like to catch the ball, and he also got his hands on the ball and he ripped it away. And that was like the first time that somebody really like took the ball away from me in the air, and I was just looking around like, oh, like that's crazy. Like Brandon Cooks, like he cold, like I don't whatever you think about him, but he's
No.
one of the he's one of the great receivers to be in the league, and he made that play, and I was just looking around like, yeah, this is the NFL now, like, yeah, like
Yeah, yeah, that's for sure. NFL. No, big Cooks don't ever get enough credit. You get in front of Cooks
nah,
and,
yeah,
and you be slouching if you want to, but cook your
you
grits.
for real, it's crazy.
Yeah, who you? I can't really talk to you about who the best receivers in the National Football League is because you went against them in college and you probably see them a lot different. I mean, they still elite. You can't not say that. But outside of Justin and Jamar, who are you feeling like are some of the best receivers in the National Football League?
Oh, well, outside of Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase, give me Garrett, with the Jets, uh, Mike Evans is up there, uh,
People don't give Mike Evans the credit he deserves. Mike Evans a
nah,
handful.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Who else I played against already? Davante Adams is always gonna be up there. I can't even think of people right now for real.
Yeah, I give you some. You
I
probably
can't.
played against Tyreek. You probably played against
Oh yeah.
Davante's split release stuff and how he moved his release package is
Oh yeah,
silky.
yeah, yeah. I said Devontae. Yeah, he's always up there. Tyreek would be up there.
A lot of people saying Puka right now.
Puka.
Have you
I
gone
mean,
against
really.
AJ Brown?
See, that's the difference. Like people be ranking and doing all that. Like everybody is great at something that they do. Like that's why they're in the NFL. Like everybody that you just said is phenomenal at a specific thing, and that's how they get their yards, their touchdowns. So I don't know. It's hard to rank people with any position.
Yeah, right.
Uh,
Right, because it just depends on any given day. Like I give a lot of respect sometimes to receivers. People don't like Stevie Johnson was an issue for me, and we've talked about this a lot of times. Like that boy had a split release, and I had to figure that out.
hmm
And I went against him once in Toronto, and it was a long day. We won by like 30, but one of them days where you didn't have a great day. The team had a great day. My day wasn't great. You
Yeah.
know,
hmm
and and then he got signed by San Francisco, and I went against him again, and that much different kind of day. I had 2 books on the day. It was Thanksgiving. I was eating turkey on the
Yeah.
field after the game. Like sometimes you got to
Living
get your
good.
get back.
Yeah, living right.
Yes, sir. Living good. So who did you look up to outside of your pops and as a DB, as a corner that you tried to emulate?
Champ Bailey. He was just all about somebody that I always seen. He wore number 24. He got the interceptions. He was able to cover, like press or off, like he did everything. And he yeah. Since I was a little kid, Champ Bailey been one of them.
No question about it. Y'all, LSU is DBU, and they've put out some of the best. Did you ever have like a good relationship with like Tyron and Pat P and those guys? I mean, 2 of the best to play.
Yeah, I mean, Pat, he would come back and work out with us, like teach us some of the stuff that he was either learning at the time or dealing with or playing with at that time. Then we'll just take that, add it to our game. Tyron Matthew would come back and like talk to us before the game sometimes, like break down the DB huddle. Who else? I mean, it's a lot of people. Like we got too many. It's a lot of people that's
Right,
coming back though.
right. Talk about it. Another good corner in the National Football League. Pat Surtain won Defensive Player of the Year last year. What was your reaction when you saw that?
No, I mean he deserved it. He been ever since day one coming into the league. He doing what he doing now. So like it's about time somebody in our position got it.
Right,
So
right.
I think the last one was who Gilmore.
Gilmore.
Yeah, Gilmore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's about time it come back to the cornerbacks. So I'm happy for him. Like he deserved it. So
No question about it. Y'all 2 right now are the top of the totem pole, top of the mountain as cornerbacks go in the National Football League. But talk to me about how difficult it is to play. I played corner in the league, obviously, for 11 years, and it's so these refs sometimes just be so on my goddamn nerves about some of this ticky tack nonsense. And in any given play, they could just decide to throw one. You know what I mean? Whether
right.
it's illegal contact or you calling PI. Talk about how you've been able to navigate around that.
Well, I mean, just kind of like what they always teach us. If you're down the field and the receiver is coming back, like my DB coach Dino, he always say if you're getting beat on a go route and you find yourself catching up to the receiver, that doesn't mean that you're that much faster. That means the ball is in the air and they're slowing down. For you to turn around and look for the ball, make a play or whatever. Hopefully the refs wouldn't throw nothing if you're looking back for the ball.
Right.
They still can, but the chances of it go down. And then I mean, at the line of scrimmage, just making sure you're not too grabbing too much with your hands. I mean, whether you play with your hands a lot or not, like after a certain point, like sometimes it can hurt you if you're still trying to use your hands too much. And so I mean, I don't know, like I just go through my processes starting at the line and then as you move away from the line, just eliminating and you don't really need to use your hands for real. So
Right. You're a hell of an athlete, so you don't need to use them much. Sometimes it's just some of them things where you're hand fighting down the field. But that's why anytime it's 9 ball, I'm shoulder in front of theirs. I look up,
yeah,
get them off the red line, and go get the money.
got to get it. Yep.
Yeah, got to. So do you like to step kick, or do you, or what do people call it? Step replace, or everybody calls it something else, or do you like to motor or soft shoe?
I'm more of a step, either step in place or step in replace or whatever, like you said, whatever you want to call it. I don't really like to what is it, inch or
Mm-hmm.
pedal at the line, because I want to get some type of contact like within that first movement, because then at that point, then I just feel like I can read the receiver easier after that. So yeah.
Yeah, I was total step kick. I couldn't do the motor stuff. I felt like low key. I didn't like to pedal, and your pedal was smooth. As your pedal was smooth and clean, and you get out of your brakes clean. I moved from receiver to corner like my junior year of college.
Right.
So I everything I was doing when I changed over was pure. Like I understood, I knew what the plays, I knew what they were about to run. So it was like, hey, I recognize the play. Bang! It's about to be slant. It's about to be curl. It's about to be this.
All right.
So it's like I didn't feel like I needed to pedal, so I get to shuffle so I could have my foot in the ground so I could just break when I want to break. Because I start pedaling and I have my left foot up and then have to pedal one more cycle to get my right foot in the ground and all this. So I start doing that side shuffle stuff, and we ran a lot of cover 3. Obviously, you ran man on third down, but when I have vision and I can see it, I'm tough to deal with. But I really see a lot of that in your game too. When you visual and you can see it, boy, they better be careful putting that ball over there.
Yeah. And I mean, sometimes it isn't good. Like my eyes, beat me sometimes, but try to eliminate that. And then, hit the ball in the air, try to go get it. So
how much of what you do is film study, route recognition, combination recognition, and how much of it you feel like is just feel instincts? Like I feel the movement, I feel the lean, I feel the hips drop.
I feel like, I mean, of course, during the week you do whatever, like you film study, like you do a whole bunch of that, but then you get in the game, like sometimes you just gotta know when, you just gotta know certain situations. I feel like you just gotta know when to turn that off, like the analytical part of it, and just be able to just go out there and play football. So I say about what and what, like it's a different battle like throughout the game, like whichever one you choose to use in those moments.
Yeah, I feel the same way. How is DeMeco? I mean, obviously, I know DeMeco. We were in San Francisco together. Incredible player, incredible person, like just a great man. But how is he as a head coach? I've never seen him as a head coach.
No, I mean, he's a great coach. He always smiling. He gonna be smiling anytime you see him. He gonna motivate you and make sure that you're ready to play. He played defense or he played linebacker, so he understands what's really going on, like from a player, like from a player's perspective. He understands like what's going on, whether that be on the field, off the field, or whatever. So I mean, yeah, he just one of the great coaches in the league, and he can do this as long as he wants. So
Right. Speaking of that, how long you want to do it?
I'll try to play that on about 50.
There you go. There you go. I love that. I love that. Boy come from Baton Rouge, about to play till he's 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that at all. You got any questions for me? You know what I mean? I don't want to make this more conversational. Allow you to say what you got to say.
I mean, so halftime, you talked about what's his name from the Bills. At halftime, what you was thinking, like what you was what were you trying to change, like going into the rest of the game, like?
So that's a great question. So he kept doing, basically they were isolating me. You know what I mean? Like he didn't, because I'm a big time play recognition. Like if I see the formation, I see this, like I'm all pretty much analytical. If I know the place on the field we are, I can pretty much tell you what they're about to run. And this boy was breaking my rules. Like he's supposed to run a slant.
You wouldn't.
He'd see me sitting inside. That boy stutter, go route. I'm like,
yeah,
like, what's that? You know what I mean? Then I'm like, okay, now he feeling me for go route. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go for the go. That boy stutter, slant. I'm like, okay, I just he got me right now.
Yeah.
And so they put me in a slot a couple times. And this was early in my career. This is my second year in the league. And I wasn't as good in the slot as I ended up being later in my career. And we in the red zone, and it's 7 cuts in the red zone. But my grit's been getting cooked all game. So I'm sitting there like I'm off. Yeah. And so he give me inside release, and I'm like, all right, inside release, we going slant, and he banged me to the corner, tug.
Yeah.
One of the 2 tugs I gave up that year. I tell you, I worked so hard in practice the next 2 months on everything. Boy, my feet were good. My eyes were good. My tech was good. I wasn't letting it what I would say is it humbled me enough to like get me back where I needed to go. Because you start feeling yourself, you get sloppy.
Yeah.
And I was grateful. So at halftime, I really just was telling myself, like, come on, man, you gotta lock in. You gotta lock in. You can handle this dude. I mean, I think they only scored 13 points in the game. So it wasn't like they killed us.
Right.
But it's just individually, I held myself to such a high standard. I gave up 200-yard games in my career, and he was one of them.
Yeah. So it's really just about patience, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, it's about patience and trust. And, in those games, in those moments, that's when you can lose yourself. That's when you grow the most. People are like, man, you grow so much when you have a great game. No, you grow when you're having a bad game or you gave up a grab early. You give up a touchdown early or you give up a big play, like how you respond because they're coming back to you.
No, yeah. So,
yeah.
So,
and so the great ones, like you can give up a play, and then you book him later in the game. You book him in the fourth. Like, hey, I'm about to win this game, just like this. And people don't understand the mentality and the mindset you have to be able to respond and answer when the ball finally come your way again and be able to change the game.
All right. Yeah. One play at a time. That's it.
One play at a time.
That's it.
You got anything else? That was a great question.
No, that's about it. I appreciate you. Yeah. It's crazy.
You crazy, bro. I've been a big fan of your game, bro. One of the best. You're one of the best doing it in college. You're one of the best doing it now. You obviously was one of the best doing it in high school. Big fan of your game. And if you ever need anything from me, don't hesitate to reach out.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. All love.